Google's parent company, Alphabet, reports earnings after the bell Thursday. So what should investors be looking out for? And how will this report differ from Google's previous reports? Joining us now to talk all things Alphabet is Martin Pyykkonen, internet analyst at Rosenblatt Securities. Martin, this is the first quarter that Google's reporting earnings as its holding company, Alphabet. What does it mean for investors in terms of transparency they wanted on its space, robotics, self-driving car, and other ventures?
Right, well that's exactly the point. With Alphabet, you have two things underneath Alphabet. One is the traditional Google we've known and loved for 10 plus years as a public company. So all of that core search business, YouTube, display advertising, that's really driving the company and the business. And then the other part of Alphabet is to basically separate some of the things you just mentioned, the driverless cars, wind energy, Google Glass when that was being developed. So that people can see, how much have they been really spending on these other kind of longer term, far-flung efforts. Google's always talked about 10% of their R&D budget goes to these things that may never pay off but sound interesting, and I think it's an attempt for them to quantify it. So we'll see it a little bit for the quarter. I think also as we get to the end of the year and they report for the full year of 2015, they might even go back and show that, hey, for all of you that have been concerned, frankly, we've never spent more than 10% in this area of very long, far-term, far-flung kind of ideas. I've been comfortable with that, but I think, as you pointed out, this is the transparency that people want to see and actually prove that, no, you haven't been wasting money to any, ridiculous extent, if you will.
That's the hope, at least. Martin, if you take a look at the stock, Alphabet has outperformed the broader market year to date. What do you attribute this to, and what do you think has been the main growth driver this past quarter?
Well, I think the fact that they set up Alphabet is a part of it too, because again, separating it, I think when we do see that separation, maybe on this quarter, but again, it might be more so for the full year, I think the core search business that, again, everybody knows has been the profit driver for years, I think it's going to show that, in fact, yeah, that's even more profitable than we maybe guessed. My estimate is that we might see the core search business be as much as a 50% EBITDA margin business. And I think as people have kind of gotten used to expecting something that's above where it's reported, that's my estimate. That's not what everybody else necessarily is saying. There's a strong belief that that's obviously a good thing on the margin side. The other thing is, I think Ruth Porat coming in as CFO, which was basically a Memorial Day, a little before they did the Alphabet definition and so forth. She came in and I think did a really great job in her first conference call and basically said, we're going to run this company, everybody's going to be accountable. You as an investor are going to know that we're spending our capital wisely. And I think that's been a big push and people are expecting more of that to continue. All
right, Martin, and quickly, you have a buy rating on the stock. What are you expecting in terms of earnings tomorrow?
I'm right about in line with the street. I'm a little bit above on revenue relative to the street, which is again where I tend to be most quarters. Right now, I'm still assuming they're spending a fair amount of money on the core business. So, if there's a weakness in the quarter, sometimes it's the best time to jump in and buy the stock. I've got a 750 target on it. But again, I'm a little bit under the street on EPS, a little bit above the street on total revenue for Q3.
We'll leave it there. Martin of Rosenblatt Securities, have a great day. And for all of you watching, thank you for joining us. I'm Seema, Mody. Have a great day.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Dowdy from CNBC. Thanks so much for checking out our channel. Here you'll find videos packed with all the info that you need to be smarter about your finances. Be sure and subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me to see CNBC's original series Young Money, Tech Bet, Kramer's Mad Money, and all the latest from CNBC.